Hello, Rumeysa. I'm Jeff
Hi.
from the Child Growth Foundation. It's a real pleasure to meet you. And we all at the Growth Foundation are very grateful to you for sparing your time for this discussion and also giving you our permission to share this video at our forthcoming conference, Child Growth Foundation Conference. And I know a lot of people, Rumeysa, would have already seen an article you did for us. I think it was back in our spring newsletter in 2023. It was a very inspiring article, and I think you shared your positivity of how you've dealt with the challenges that you faced in your life. And as I said, what we'd like to do now for this video is to drill down a little bit deeper into how you dealt with some of those challenges at different sort of phases of your life, different, significant parts of your life. Is that okay?
Hi, Jeff. It's so great to meet you too, and it's my pleasure to be here and talk to you. Yes, I would love to share some of my story with you.
Okay, okay. But Rumeysa, to start, because obviously not everybody, a lot of our sort of members would have read the newsletter, but because not everybody, could we start by you sharing a little bit of information about yourself, where you live, what you do, and also a little bit about your condition as well?
Of course, I am 27 years old and currently living in Turkey. I work as a web developer. I was born with Weaver syndrome, which is an extremely rare and complicated overgrowth syndrome. I am the first person diagnosed in Turkey and 27th person in the world.
Gosh, that's incredible. And Mesa, how old were you?
I'm 27.
Oh, right, okay. And Rumeysa, in the article you shared with us at the time, you said that your parents had always reinforced, and we obviously totally agree that reinforced the positivity of being unique and rare. Can you sort of explain to us, perhaps share how they actually did that?
My parents basically adopted an approach that made me feel like I am one in a million. They told me that I am not like anyone else and no one is like me, so I am a special diamond and should be happy about it. Well, it was actually true. I don't want to sound arrogant, but it was one of the most effective ways that helped me to cope with my situation.
All right, okay. Oh, that's brilliant. And obviously, Rumeysa, obviously, your parents reinforcing this, and you being so positive as well. But were there obviously you've been through a range of challenges. Were there any particular challenges or times in your life that you found most difficult to be positive during, or is there anything that stands out during your experience that proved to be most challenging, where perhaps sometimes it was difficult to be as positive as you wanted to be?
I have some extra conditions that directly came from Weaver syndrome. So I have a physical disability that requires me to walk with a walker and use a wheelchair most of the time. I also was born with scoliosis, which is spinal curvature. It was not easy to deal with them, especially in my childhood. Anyway, I have always had the most supportive family. I was lucky enough to meet incredible doctors who worked miracles for my condition. I'm so thankful for all these people in my life.
Okay, so so obviously that's great, and obviously you had a lot of support. So just to clarify, where did a lot of that support come from, and what really helped you to get through those challenges?
The support obviously came from my family and circle of people around me, and obviously my doctors and the medical professional team around me.
Okay. Oh, that's brilliant. So you had lots of support, which is obviously very important.
Yeah,
Um, I would say, in our community, the members of the individuals who are members of our Child Growth Foundation, we have children and young people who are obviously affected by having visible differences associated with their rare conditions. And it's not only about size. Obviously, they have other physical differences that
obviously.
relate to their rare conditions and obviously different conditions. Um, so and obviously that has obviously created challenges for them in school and in social situations. And I'm sure you experience the same. So I suppose my question is, what is the best tip or best advice you can give to anyone listening today on how to deal with those challenges?
Because of my physical disability, I couldn't attend school in person, but was homeschooled instead, then completed my higher education online. In my social life, when I was a child, I had to deal with cruel bullying, especially from strangers. To be honest, I still experience online bullying often. As a child, it was difficult to cope with them. But as I grew up, I realized that it was not about me. It was about the perspective of people bullying me. So I stopped taking it personally and no longer let it affect me. My parents also never stopped encouraging me to engage in social activities. We always go out together since my childhood. My advice to those who are struggling with similar challenges would be never restrict yourself from living your best life. People will accept you for who you are.
Yeah. No, I totally agree, Ramsay. And do you find as a result of these earlier challenges, as your confidence grown, do you
Of
still
course,
do you still get affected?
no, I'm no longer affected from these, bullying comments. Uh, so my confidence definitely increased over time.
Oh, that's excellent. So, Ramsay, I just want to drill down to something specific now. And we understand that to stop your growth, your medical team decided to induce puberty I think it was about at the age of 6, for which you received treatment up until the age of 9.
Mhm.
Obviously, that's very young and it's perhaps very difficult to accept. How did your parents explain to you that process? Obviously, you were very young when this happened, so it's probably not that easy to understand. But what did your parents do that was so helpful and helped you to understand what was going on and what needed to be done?
Before we started the treatment, my parents told me that with this process, I will no longer be a child, but become a teenage girl. This immediately made me so happy. I was like, yay, I'm growing up. I am not a little child anymore. They can't call me a child anymore. That was my mindset through the entire treatment process.
Right, okay, okay. Oh, and was it traumatic or was that it?
I'm still surprised by it, but it was never traumatic for me.
Right, okay. Oh, that's great. Thank you for that. And obviously, I would say you've become a massive ambassador. I mean, you an advocate for your condition. I mean, worldwide, and I think probably that stems back from I think about 10 years ago when you were first when you I think is I don't know if when is the right word, but you were first ever received the Guinness World Record. So how did those records start, and what has happened with those records since you had your first one 10 years ago?
At the beginning, it was just a coincidence. Around age 15, one day I saw a news article about the tallest living teen girl, and I noticed that she was shorter than me. Then I thought, why don't I try my chance and apply to Guinness World Record for this title, and my claim got approved. And the rest is history. I have obtained the tallest living woman title in 2021, and I broke six more world records so far. All of the world records I have broken are related to body size, and the main reason I have them is Weaver syndrome itself.
All right.
Uh, mhm.
No, sorry, Ramsey, you carry
No, it's
on.
okay. No. Since I became a Guinness World Record holder in 2014, I have been sharing my unique story with the world, hoping to raise awareness for Weaver syndrome and similar overgrowth syndromes. I have participated in many advocacy campaigns as well as documentaries. My aim is to help more people learn about these kinds of conditions. I also hope to be a positive example that Jews in similar situations can look to for inspiration. That has been my biggest goal even before everything started.
Gosh, you've become a celebrity now, Ramsey, with all those
I don't think
awards.
so, but thank you.
All right. Well, yeah, a global celebrity, really. I mean, it must be
Thank
quite a
you.
record to have. How many Guinness World Records do you have?
Eight a total.
Eight. Well, I
Yes.
think that's pretty exceptional, isn't it? So, and obviously
Thank
you've
you.
used those awards to help you with your advocacy and support of others with Weaver syndrome. So, just to drill down a little bit more on that, how have you used them? You mentioned you've been able to use them. How have you been able to use those awards to spread the word and try to gain support for people with the condition?
hmm Sometimes I get invited to, TV shows, um, talk shows, or interviews, and whenever I get the opportunity, I always talk about Weaver syndrome itself and, about other diseases I have, like scoliosis, or about physical disability. So I'm trying my best.
Oh, brilliant. And you're speaking to us today, which is brilliant. So thank you for that. But Ramsey, obviously you live in Turkey now, but I
hmm
remember from reading your article, you went to live in the US, specifically you went to live in California. And I think you were actually said it was the you were living the best life in California. Can you tell us a little bit about that journey? You left Turkey. What was behind you traveling to the US?
I lived in California for nearly 6 months and came back to Turkey in March last year. First of all, my brother lives in California, so it was a family visit. Additionally, I work in the technology industry and I stayed in the Bay Area, where is full of opportunities related to my profession. Plus, we collaborated with Guinness World Records to film a very special documentary reflecting my first time in the United States. So my 6 month long journey had multiple key points.
Oh,
I genuinely had the best time there. I had the opportunity to visit headquarters of top technology companies, which I was looking forward to. I took a trip to Los Angeles. I met some wonderful people and made memories that will last a lifetime. Anyway, I was on a visitor visa, so I was supposed to return before exceeding 6 months. After I came back to my home country, my mom had some health problems. She underwent a couple of surgeries, and we focused on her recovery process. for the next 10 months. It has only been a few months since our life returned to normal, and I'm hoping to be back in the United States next year.
Okay. And obviously California is the home of technology. And
Yeah.
is that how you got involved with your career, or had it started before you went to California?
No, it went started before um
Oh,
yeah, it started before I went to California. Um, so working in the technology industry, working in a job related to computers was my childhood dream. And it was the best profession considering my physical situation because um, the roles in the technology industry offers a wide range of remote roles for working. So it was uh, I thought it's the most suitable choice.
mhm. I was going to say I love going to Turkey on holidays, but was it difficult to settle back in Turkey after living in the US?
Not really. Turkey is my home country. We um, we could easily adapt it again.
Right, okay. Okay. Well, where do you actually live in Turkey? What part of Turkey?
I'm living in the North Black Sea region of Turkey in a small city called Safranbolu.
Oh, all right. I can't pretend I know it, I would say, but I have been to Turkey quite a few times and I've always enjoyed it. But what I was going to say, and I suppose really, I wanted to go back to a few questions that we asked you in the original article for people who didn't read it.
Of
But
course,
I think the overriding question I think we'd all like to ask is, how do you remain so positive? You are an inspiration, and obviously this is why we're so pleased that you can talk to us today. But it's not always easy. Life's ups and downs for everybody, but you seem to be able to remain so positive about everything. So, what is your secret, Ramsey? Because I'd like to know it as well.
firstly, thank you for your kind words. And I choose to always focus on my dreams, what I can accomplish in life, how I can get my life to a better version. You know, as I mentioned earlier, the reason I hold 8 Guinness World Records right now is because I was born with Weaver syndrome. Don't you think it's a bit ironic? Um, Sometimes people ask me if you could be born again, would you choose not to have your syndrome? I cannot answer yes to this question because if I had not gone through all the obstacles and was not the person I am today, I would not be an 8 times Guinness World Record holder now. So this situation reinforces my ability to see the positive side of having an overgrowth syndrome. Also, obviously, having a very supportive circle of family and friends is essential for staying positive.
Yeah. That's incredible and very and it's very honest and truthful and very inspiring as well, Ramsey. So um, that's lovely to hear you say that. So Ramsey, as I said, can I just go back to like not three quick questions, but three things that I think would be almost like a summary of what we could share with the families who are listening to this recording. But
Mhm.
I suppose really, on balance. What advice would you give a young person coming to terms with living with a condition like Weaver syndrome or any other overgrowth condition such as Soto syndrome? Is there, I mean, you've said a lot in what you just said previously, but is there any advice you could give? There's something you think, look, this is what I want to pass on to people who in the same situation?
I would say I know this is not the easiest journey. However, you are not alone. There are many people who can relate to your experiences and go through the same struggles. I believe that we need to take what we are given in the best possible way. So, focus on your dreams and talents and be a difference maker in the world. I know you can do it.
Well, thank you very much for that, Ramsey. And Ramsey, you achieved so much already. I mean, I'd be pleased to achieve a tenth of what you've achieved. But and obviously, I'm sure listening to you, you haven't lost your ambitions. So, what future ambitions do you still have? What are your ambitions for the future? Is there anything planned that you would like to do and on the horizon even?
I am aiming to reach new heights in my professional career and establish a peaceful life for myself. I am also hoping to be able to travel around the world and explore new places. I have a trip to the UK coming up soon. I hope this marks the beginning of a new chapter filled with adventures in the
Right. And Ramsey, as I said, I think you may have covered it earlier. Do you intend to stay in, I know travel, but do you intend to keep Turkey as your base?
We will see. This might change. We will see.
Well, Ramsey, if you come to the UK, you must go to Wales, where I live. It's beautiful.
Uh, okay,
Okay.
so next month, I will be in London next month.
All right.
Um, it's for a Guinness World Record event, and it will be a short trip, only for 4 days.
Uh,
But I definitely would like to visit Wales one day.
Yeah, it's as I said, I mean it's not as hot as Turkey. In fact, far from it, but it's equally beautiful. So we'd love to see you.
I I love cold weather, Jeff, so it's okay.
Oh, well, if you love cold weather, you must
Yeah.
come to Wales. Okay. But honestly, just to end up the discussion, and as I said, it's been really inspiring and really insightful, sorry. So I suppose really, is there anything that you'd like to share with the Child Growth Foundation community? I know we've asked you to give advice and tips, but do you have like a closing message for our members who are watching this video?
First of all, I would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to Child Growth Foundation for inviting me and to the entire community for taking their time and listening to my story. I hope everyone attending today has enjoyed our interview. Being here, being a part of this convention is incredibly valuable for me. So thank you very much.
Oh. Well, Ramsey, I hope at some time in the future, you won't just be on video. We will arrange for you to come and visit our convention as well. Um, that would be lovely. We'd love to see you and meet you personally. And all I can say is, you've been truly inspiring. It's been a real pleasure for me. And I know you will help so many people listening to this video and inspired so many people to have this sort of positivity and confidence you have. And as I said, we can't thank you enough for giving up your time to do this video. And as I said, we're very grateful and appreciate everything you've done. So and continue to do for the condition you so sort of strongly represent. So thank you ever so much, and we look forward to seeing you very soon.
I would love to join you in person one day. And thank you so much for this interview, Jess. And thank you, everyone.
Okay, thanks ever so much. Take care, and you have a good rest of the day as well.
Thank you so much.
Goodbye.
Have a
Bye bye.
great day.
Bye bye.